Ignore the glare from my glasses. It's just reflecting back this recording at itself. Oh, that's fun. I feel like I actually had a couple of things happen over the last week or two that I felt compelled to talk about. No real reason. It's been a little bit busier for me than usual. Nothing exciting, but like worth talking about, I guess. Started a new adventure on my gaming channel with reviews that of course is more unsuccessful than it has been successful because I keep messing up my screen recordings off of my phone, so I might entertain other methods of getting those so I stop losing my content, because that's really annoying. So last week, one of my best friends from back home came to visit on like Tuesday, and she dyed my hair. I have a couple before and after pictures from that, but it had been like about 3 years since I had dyed my hair because of something I wanted to try. So I was like trying to grow out my hair as much as possible to just get new undyed hair to work with because I wanted to bleach it, and I knew it wasn't going to work on the old dyed hair. So I spent like 3 years growing out my hair, and it's really hard to see because of the bad lighting in here, and it's been gloomy outside off and on for the last 2 weeks, which I think is great, but it makes the bad lighting in my apartment even worse. So like it's really hard to see, but up top is black. I've got little like peekaboo bits of purple in my bangs, which you might not be able to see right now. I've also got dry shampoo in them, so they're a little gross, but like it's black up top. When you come further down, you hit a patch of like purple. I don't really know the best way to use this light to highlight it. It's really hard to see, and that's like really annoying to me. It's a lot easier to see in the daylight, but like there's purple in here that will fade eventually, and it'll get like lighter purple until eventually it's like silver blonde. You can see it a little tiny bit at the moment. All this movement and conflicting light sources is making my cam like auto adjust. And then when you go, oh, you can kind of see it like that. You can see some of the purple that's like in here. And then all of my old hair that was left is like from here down, and it kind of lifted a smidge, not nearly enough, and you'll see that in some of the pictures. So this is mostly remnants of the old dye, maybe a little purple in it, I don't know. My hair is like super multicolored now, and it's just really like interesting and different. I've never had purple hair before, so that was interesting. I'm gonna stop trying to highlight that. So she had done that Tuesday for me, and I got to hang out with her, and then she came back on Wednesday to hang out again as she was passing by in her travels. That was really awesome. I haven't seen her in forever. Now my hair is all messy from like whipping it all over the place. What else? There was other interesting stuff that happened. Met a couple of really cute dogs. They were really awesome. I had a couple of my dog clients tip me after they picked up their dogs. That was nice. A couple extra bonus dollars to put towards the credit card bill. I've been listening to audiobooks again. I haven't done that in a while. I had originally been listening to the Maze Runner books. I don't know if there's an actual trilogy name for those. I just know James Dashner wrote them. And it's The Maze Runner, The Scorched Trials, and then The Death Cure. It's 3 books in the series. I had started them a really long time ago and never finished them, so I restarted them recently, and then like over the last week or two I worked my way through the 3 different books. So that's interesting. Bunch of new keymailer games. I've been fighting with my bathroom door. I know I have a video about that I'll shove in here somewhere. The humidity makes, I don't know if it's part of the frame or part of the door, but the humidity makes it warp, so then my bathroom door gets very difficult to deal with. And I think I had a cavity develop on my bottom left wisdom tooth. So that's fun. I never had my wisdom teeth removed as a kid or as a teenager, you know, like when everyone normally gets it done. I totally skipped that. I wanted nothing to do with it. I never had problems with my wisdom teeth. Like, they came in whenever they came in. It wasn't really a big deal. I kind of had the room for them. I think I had the room for them just because in my younger years, I had a tooth on, like, each part of my mouth kind of come in wonky, so it left my teeth, I feel like it left a little wiggle room for the wisdom teeth, so it didn't really matter. There wasn't, like, the crowding in my mouth just because those two were, like, awkwardly offset. I don't know if that's what it was or not, but never had problems with the wisdom teeth. They came in. They didn't have 100% room to come, so there was always, like, just the tiniest little bit of them that was still, like, kind of squished under a little bit of my gums, and I think that ultimately was the problem. Which one was it? I think it was this one a couple years ago. I think it was back in late it would have been about this time in 2015, I think, that I had gotten my top wisdom teeth removed. I think my top right one, I don't remember which one it was. One of them had gotten a really bad cavity and the pain started, so I ended up getting that one removed. And then, just the way my health insurance was at the time, I had to go back a couple weeks later and I had gotten the other one removed. But the guy was like, oh, your bottom wisdom teeth have room, it's fine, like, we'll just leave them in there. I wasn't going to argue with that because I really don't want to deal with my teeth being pulled. But all these years later, like, they're fine, but I think there's, like, the slightest bit of gum at the back of these wisdom teeth that overlaps the edge of the tooth, which I don't think there's a problem with. Like, the dentist had seen it and said it was fine. But it does mean that on occasion, even if I'm brushing my teeth all the time, that there will be a little bit of food that kind of gets stuck there, like, no matter what. And if I don't realize it's there and do something to get rid of it, you know, normal teeth stuff. So eventually a cavity, I think, has formed on this one. I'm not 100% sure if it's a full-blown cavity. I could have just irritated the gum in general and had, like, a bad healing experience with it. I'm not sure. I could have just agitated it even worse, trying to figure out what was going on last night and brought the pain upon myself. So I don't really know. This morning, I got like 4 hours of sleep. By like 7 o'clock this morning, I was up. I didn't go to sleep until 2 or 3. I was like swishing the salt water. I took some Advil. I've been rinsing with salt water a couple different times today when I eat food. I'm probably going to go brush my teeth when I'm done this, just to go the extra mile to try and prevent whatever is going on. I have like zero desire to go to a dentist. I'm a terrible person. I hate having people digging around inside my mouth. I can't stand it. I don't like the injections for the numbing agents. I don't like the anxiety of having a tooth pulled. I'll do it if I have to. I just would rather avoid it if I can. I guess we'll see what happens. I don't know if this area is just swollen and that's why it hurts, like, down in my jaw, or if it got infected. I don't think it got infected. It's not acting like it got infected. I could just be in denial. I think it's just swollen, though, because it's not doing anything. I've had, like, an impacted wisdom tooth before, and I know what that looked like in my mouth, and it's not doing any of those things, so I'm gonna live in denial for a day or two and see what happens, and maybe the pain goes away, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. But yeah, so tooth pain, I've gotten new key mailer games. I've figured out a reviewing theme that I want to do for a little bit. I got to see my friend. I've been making progress with the events that I'm managing. I did complete 2 crocheted shrug type sweaters, which are really awesome. I will attempt to get video footage of them at some point. They're pretty cool. I like wearing them a lot. I don't have any near me at the moment. They're like across the room and in the spare room at the computer chair. They're really nifty. They're nice and warm. They're really nice for gloomy weather like this. Everyone seems to like them so far, but they're just prototypes, so I'm not really thrilled with the yarn that I use to make them. They're just scratchy scrap yarns that I don't like very much. But for testing the patterns, the yarn was fine. I would just buy completely different yarn if I was to seriously make one as like a clothing garment to keep forever, so I'll see what happens with that. When I make other ones, I'll probably do some sort of a time-lapse video about it, because I think that would be interesting. And other than that, I've been working on clearing out the spare bedroom and going through my crafting supplies in an attempt to slim down my hoard. Hopefully I will finish with that soon, and I'll have thinned down the supplies. I don't know. That's a redundant statement. I don't know. I feel like there's more that I wanted to talk about, that I wanted to tell people that I did. I feel like there were a couple of exciting things, and now I just don't remember what they are. I had like a whole plan in my head before I started this recording, and it's just all like out the ears there. As soon as I hit that record button, it was just like, bye ideas. I don't know.